What's up, folks? This is James the Pro with the Impossible channel. I don't know if you know this, but my first video was focused on the ISS live feed. I was very much interested, and I still am, looking at space, the stars, the sun, and the moon. I love it. I just love nature. I'm focused on nature all the time. Nature this, nature that. How's the weather? How's the ocean? Is it feeling as fine as I am? You know what I mean? I kind of love nature. And well, I was looking at space through the ISS, and this is one of my first videos on this channel, right? And I saw this huge thing, and I thought it was Nibiru or Planet X, and I was pretty sure it was. Well, I posted a video on it. It was my first video on this channel. If you have the patience, go for it, And that's, some people ask me, why did you open the channel, James? Well, because I spotted this on the ISS live feed and no one was talking about it, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that this is Planet X. I'm pretty sure that this is Nibiru. I gotta talk about this, right? So in the last couple of years, or the last 10 years, working inside offices in air conditioning systems, right? I went out of these buildings here in South America, and I just felt this heat wave. It wasn't normal. People here are kind of used to it, but I am not. I'm pretty sure not used to it. So I was bothered by the heat, and it was too much. And I asked people, are you feeling it? And people were like, no, I'm not feeling anything, James. It's like, it's normal, Is it like this hot, like unbearably hot? And people were like, yeah, now that you're saying it, now that you're putting it like that, it is unbearably hot, right? So little by little, things started to get worse, to the point that people were making jokes of making eggs on their cars, frying eggs on their cars. And I was like, yeah, that's just not funny. I don't know if you remember this, folks. It was around 2006 to 2010. Not only in South America, a lot of places around the world, it was already heating up, right? They were already talking about global warming. If I'm not mistaken, Al Gore had already come clean about chemtrailing and weather modification. People just started to enjoy it, drinking beer here, beer there, going to the beach, traveling, enjoying, right? Which is something that we're supposed to do, enjoy life. And that's exactly why chemtrailing and HARP and weather modification might actually be something pretty bad. Because in the future, it might interrupt this enjoying life thing. At that time, I was pretty sure there was something wrong. Like, well, there's a planet coming. Sure, it might be Planet X, Nibiru. Something is wrong. We might have a second sun. So I started to take the sun. I started to do everything I could. I even contacted some people that had these more expensive cameras, and all that I got was nothing. There's nothing next to the sun, James. This and that. So one day I started looking at the live ISS feed, and for my luck, I was kind of fortunate. I found this blue object that was pretty much like a huge planet or planetoid, maybe a ship, just hovering next to Earth. So I was like, yes, I found it. Damn it, I found it. So I posted. This was my first video on YouTube. This is how it happened. This is how I started my channel. And some people really thought it was Nibiru, like I did. And some other people went further and stopped to think about it. How many window panes do they have on the ISS, right? And I was like, maybe they have more than one. Because we're talking about, vacuum, space, whatever NASA says. I'm not saying that's true, that's what's happening, but if we go with the flow, with what they're telling us it is, then they must have 2, 3, well, I don't know, 4 window panes before, you know what I mean, like actually having contact with vacuum. So anyway, and the person, responded, well, I thought it was kind of polite. Usually people are very impolite. Trolls, it was kind of polite. It was, no, I believe this is a window pane, and what we're seeing is the reflection of one of the divisions the ISS has, right? One of the ISS's bodies. And when I paid attention to that, I stopped to think about it, and I looked at the ISS structure, the way it was built, and where the camera was located, I was like, yeah, he's correct. It is. Indeed, that's not Planet X. So I came forward with that and made a video. At the same time, we were getting a lot of videos of what's supposed to look like two suns, or even sometimes three suns, one next to another. Sometimes one sun over there, the other in the opposite position. So it was something like, it was pretty simple. The video I thought I had captured of Nibiru or Planet X wasn't real, but it didn't discard the fact that people were indeed taping double suns or trinary systems, whatever, out there. I believe that the ISS live feed is real at some point. For instance, they might actually be taping some parts of Earth, right, with high altitude balloons, and they just record these feeds on top of green screen, and they put what seems to be, what looks like, the ISS, right? So basically what I'm talking about is you put a high altitude balloon taping Earth for quite a long time, and then you make a composite image with a green screen of the ISS, right? That would work out for us human beings. I bet that would really make it fool us for quite some time. And this is because till today, there's a lot of people I talk to that do not believe in chemtrails or weather modification, despite the fact that a lot of presidents have talked about it. So,
true or not, that some scientists are trying to figure out a way to block the sun to try to slow down global warming.
Yeah, it's a measure of the feeling of desperation that some of them feel.
Are they really thinking they could do that?
Well, some of them are seriously proposing, and I think it's completely nuts.
Yeah.
You know, you put another kind of pollution, sulfur dioxide, up to orbit, cover the atmosphere. The sky won't be really blue in the way it is now anymore.
I'm certainly open to the fact that the planet Earth might be bigger. They might be hiding extra districts out there. But there's something that was brought to my attention, and this is the video sent by a subscriber of ours right after we released the ISS video. I mean, I believe that is a real UFO, or like some type of transport, right, from one district to another, maybe, or that is a green screen error, accompanied by the fact that we have a green band that has a wind effect of some sort, and then they cut the feed. So that's kind of weird. The video I'm going to show you, I'm probably showing you already. This video has a big error, a big mistake. They forgot to take out a part of the video, delete, or mistakenly they put a part where you can see with all this 100% certainty that the ISS is computer graphics. Now, this does not discard the fact that the Earth might be actually being taped by a high altitude balloon, right? But it does bring some questions, and it does kind of shake the foundations of the live ISS feed. Now, I am a lover of the live ISS feed, despite the fact that it might be fake. You know, the curvature might be a GoPro effect. The thing is, this footage that you can actually download from NASA's website, look how crazy is that, right? You can actually go to their website and download this footage for yourself, and you can actually see that by watching it, at a certain point, they clearly forgot to take out the part in which they produce, with a computer graphic, a very expensive computer probably, the ISS in a computer lab. Now, if you analyze this short part where they forgot to delete, it is indeed completely CGI. If you have ever played any computer games, or if you know how CGI is done, usually they start off by black and white and no texture, no color, right? Just the 3D model. And this is exactly what you're seeing on this video. And it's kind of parallel, it's perfectly in parallel with what's happening on the feed. So when you're looking at the feed and nothing's wrong with it, you just say, yeah, that's the ISS at a very high altitude, 408 kilometers. Now, when this scene is inserted, it just continues on doing whatever it is doing, meaning that is the continuation of the scene. This is a bummer, huge bummer. Now, this doesn't, of course, it doesn't mean that all of their feeds, all of the NASA ISS feeds are fake. It doesn't. It means that this exact STS mission, what you're seeing there, what we believe to be the ISS at night, is a CGI, computer graphics generator, whatever, right? And the exact proof is, the 100% proof that you want to see is the fact that the real ISS, what's supposed to be, of course, the real ISS that's showing up on screen, you can only see a small part of it that's being illuminated or lightened by, I don't know, maybe artificial light, whatever, right? And you can't see the wings, right? You can't see the solar panels. But when the computer graphics kicks in, suddenly you can see the entire ISS, including the solar panel, in which everything was working just fine for them. And all of a sudden, they, just, I don't know what happens, folks. I believe this was a really big mistake, and they didn't double check it. Or if they did, someone wanted us to see this. This is what makes me think even that it might be a bigger conspiracy, whatever. But, well, I don't know if you know this. All of the imagery, all of the image that NASA provides us with Earth from far away, Moon from far away, planets such as Saturn, Venus. For example, let's just play a small video of one of these planets, and in the credits of the video, you can clearly see that they put, or not necessarily in the credits, but somewhere in these pictures and videos, they put that it's produced in the NASA laboratory by a computer graphic industry, whatever company. So basically they're saying, look guys, everything we're showing you is computer generated, right? But if by any chance you don't get to see the credits, you won't never know. So it's very interesting until now. After all these years, I believe we have 40 to 50 years after the moon landing, I believe that we should already have, number one, a moon base, a very well established moon base, right? Including a live feed of the Earth. Okay, and this is something we don't have. And I'm talking about like a 4K ultra high definition, 60 frames per second, whatever, the best that they have, that we are paying for, feed of Earth from the moon. But they don't. This is complicated, folks. It is complicated. But the first thing that comes to my mind is that they're hiding something. Rain again, it's raining. Yeah, it's raining again. Have to go. See you guys.